Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 4th. You have this card. It says, "The time is now." It says, "It's time to act now without hesitation. Move past the old, move forward." You have this wealth of knowledge. It says, "Connect to the knowledge in your soul to teach and help heal the world." Yeah, you always get the King of Pentacles or like the Nine of Pentacles with me, Leo. And I would say there's something about your skills. This card says knowledge. And so I think you have skills. But the thing is there's a big difference between like knowledge and wisdom, right? And so knowledge is knowing something. Wisdom is the act of like putting your knowledge into practice and using it. And so I feel a lot of you need to be using like what you know more, right? And putting it on display right here. We have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles would be about putting your work on display, So I think that a lot of you, it's kind of like saying that it's maybe time to show off more. Time to put out your creativity into the world, or the things that you're working on. Time to show the world what you're made of. All that other good stuff. Here you go. Can't make it up, Leo. I literally just said it. Nine of Pentacles. So she has those grapes behind her, and the grapes in the tarot represent, again, having a specific skill. Here you cannot make it up. There you go. King of Pentacles as well. There is definitely something about like your skills and needing to use your skills. I mean, it's like literally the first thing that popped into my head, and we get both cards. So can't make that up. In the area of your current general energies for the week, you have the Eight of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. For those of you that want love, definitely could be love as well. Eight of Wands and Two of Cups are both cards of communication. You also have the Page of Pentacles as well, which is also, like, sometimes I think that the Page of Pentacles can represent starting a connection with communication. So, again, if you're looking for love, definitely could be a strong connection here that starts with communication. You get the Eight of Wands a lot with me as well, and I do think the Eight of Wands is an important theme for you, Leo. The Eight of Wands, we have to like create a slip and slide in life. The whole point of the Eight of Wands is to look at places in life where we're experiencing a lot of friction, and we have to like smooth that friction out. We have to get rid of the friction, basically. And so if there are things that are like slowing you down or getting in your way or preventing you from being successful, those are the things that I would be kind of like smoothing out in your life, or those are the things that I would do to get out, to kind of remove yourself from situations that are slowing you down or whatever, and kind of make them better. And again, this isn't about being perfect. It's like sometimes we can't get rid of some friction in our life, but it's like what can you do to make it a little bit better, even if it's only a little bit? And the more you do that, the better things get. I feel a lot here for you, Leo. I also do feel that you could be feeling very busy, or it's like a lot of busyness, but also a lot of people. So, if you have a job that involves people, most of us do, then, it could be a lot of communication this week, and work and business and everything. It just seems like there's a lot going on here. And it's like, it kind of makes sense. Last week of the retrograde, and, sometimes I think that happens where it's like, maybe the first couple weeks are slow, and then the last week things speed up. You have the Two of Cups. So again, you have the Page of Pentacles looking over to the Page of Cups. Definitely could be a love offer if you want it. Sorry, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go here. Two of Cups is a perfect match. Two of Cups is usually a person who's different than your usual type, Leo. So it could be a person who is different in some way. This comes up for basically everyone nowadays, that we could be attracting people who are different. So I don't know. There you go. Usually starts as communication, like I said. So if you want love, there you go. You have the Ace of Cups, which is your emotions overflowing, being very happy. So again, I think that there could be a lot of happiness coming in for you in this area of your life. We're talking about like love for a lot of you. So if you want love, definitely, clearly a connection. I also do feel it is a time for you to be more heart-based. I mean, I'm pretty sure the past couple readings I've done for you have basically all said the same thing, that it is time for you to like really I wouldn't even say that. I think it's time for Leo to find their heart, to like what their heart belongs to. And I'm not talking about love. I'm talking about everything in your life, which could include love, sure. But, I'm talking about like what you want to do with your time, what you want to do for a job, your business, hobbies. It just seems to me like the past couple, like starting maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, is when this like heart-based thing kind of really kicked up for you in the readings. And, I think this is a journey. This is exploration. This is something that you will find through exploration. It's not just something that's going to like, come to you, I would say, right? And so I think it would be a great time to like explore new passions, new ideas, new things that you want to learn about, just kind of like see where it goes, right? And that's what I would do there with that Ace of Cups, for sure. Let's see, Leo. With the 8 of Wands, you have the 7 of Wands. Yeah, I would protect this. If you're attracting love, it's definitely, I think you could be attracting something that's worth protecting. As in, like, I would just keep it under wraps for now. Like, don't tell people about it. Don't tell people, what's going on, all that other stuff. I would keep it protected for right now. I don't know. That's just what's popping into my head with the 7 of Wands. It's like sometimes I think we tell people about a connection and they ruin it. So, don't let that happen. It might be, that's pretty much all I'm getting here. With the 2 of Cups, what do you know? You have the Ace of Cups again. So definitely, if this is a person, they will make your emotions overflow, and you will probably be very happy. The 2 of Cups is also you and your higher self. And so I always look at the 2 of Cups as you communicating with your higher self. And your higher self could be, kind of guiding you towards something that is going to lead to more fulfillment in your life. And this could be through dreams, daydreams, night dreams, all that other stuff. With the Ace of Cups, here you go. Can't make it up. You have the Queen of Cups, which is the card of following your heart. The Queen of Cups, she values her heart more than anything. She values her feelings above all else. And so I think that, following your heart, although I keep getting like finding your heart here, Leo. I'm not saying obviously that you've lost your heart. I think you're just finding things to be passionate about again, or new things. It's like I think, sometimes like passion doesn't necessarily last forever. There are plenty of things that, like when I was 12 years old, that I like doing that I obviously as an adult I don't anymore. Right? So, again, passions change sometimes over time. And I think that's what's going on here. It's like, they're just maybe, you've had enough of some passions and you're looking for some new ones, and that's how we find fulfillment in life, right? I think that happiness is like a state to be achieved, but I also think that we don't just get to be happy. It's like, I think, too many people look at it as like a finish line, like, oh, when I get this thing, I'll be happy, and that never comes, right? So that's why I'm such a big advocate of people finding things that make them happy. Like things to do, like hobbies, interests, interesting people, interesting situations, places to go, all that other stuff. Because again, when you have a bunch of that in your life, you will be happy, right? Because you can go do those things. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Into Me I See card, which is intimacy, which I think you are, again, finding your heart here. You have this Broken Open, same thing. This lady, her chest is glowing on that card. So it's like you are kind of cracking open some things this week, it looks like. I wouldn't really say this is like a breakthrough week necessarily, but I do feel you're getting answers, or you're finding new things that you can be passionate about, which I do think would be excellent here, Leo, for sure. You have the Justice card, the 3 of Pentacles, and the Magician. The Justice card is like cause and effect, and Justice says we need to pay attention to what's working, what's not working in life. And, if you are working or creating anything, if you put energy into something, do you get energy out of it? If the answer is yes, then great, keep going. The other thing that's popping into my head here is that I think it would be a very good week to kind of, I would actually not even just say the week. I would say for the rest of the month, honestly. We're kind of in like a weird time right now, especially before this next set of eclipses in September, that's starting in September. I feel we're in a time where things could really just change, like kind of turn on a dime, so to speak, right? And I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about because I think it's going to be different for everyone. But, I think if there was ever a time where it could look like our life is going one way, then like all of a sudden it goes another way, it would be right now. And so don't be surprised if there are some rapid changes coming in for you. Or like, don't be surprised if you all of a sudden land on some answers. The Justice card encourages a neutral perspective. So it kind of like maybe says like, maybe you're looking for a job, for example, right? Maybe a random ass job that you haven't even been looking for, that's like totally out of left field, that's totally something different than you normally would do. Like maybe it gets offered to you, and maybe it's something you never thought you would do. I would just look into it and take a neutral perspective. Again, Justice says you don't think it's good, you don't think it's bad, you just look at the evidence, and you just say, maybe this could be good, maybe it could be bad, I don't know, but I'm not going to commit, I'm just going to look. And so I think that would be a good attitude for you right now, Leo. You have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. We are an amazing time for teamwork, of course. So anything you can do to work on a team with other people, I feel will be very beneficial. The Three of Pentacles also says, it's your time to put your work on display, which I think is true here, Leo. Again, I feel like I've said this to you a couple times now, Leo, but again, it's like I see this a lot where it's like even in my YouTube classes, right? It's like I'll have people tell me something, like they'll tell me about a video that they want to create, and they'll be like, but I don't think it's good enough, and I'll be like, no, like it's way more than good enough, right? It's like sometimes I think if we know something, we discount our information, right? I see this a lot where people they know, it's almost like they know too much, and so they think what they have to share isn't valuable. I always say it's like it's never like the most mind-blowing stuff that I share that goes viral or does well with my YouTube class or anything like that. It's always like the most simple, basic stuff that people love. And so again, I think we all kind of like overestimate like what we need to share to be valuable, and that's kind of popping into my head here with the Three of Pentacles for you, Leo. Is it's like in all areas of life, I think that you're overestimating like what you need to bring to the table. It's like much less than you think, and so there you go. You have the Magician. Magician, we are definitely in a time of reinvention. I think everybody is kind of going through this, mostly because of Pluto and Aquarius. I think everybody is going to be changing in some way. I mean, literally the cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius is like the death of establishment, with Pluto having gone over that several times. It went over, retrograded, went over, retrograded back into Capricorn, went over again. It was like 3 times that it did that, or maybe 4, I can't remember, but it did that a bunch of times, right? So, that asks us to let go of something that we've established and to start something new. And a lot of you could be doing that. With the Justice card, you have the Nine of Swords and Page of Pentacles. Yeah, if you're worried about love, like repeating a mistake or something, then this basically says, again, look at the evidence, right? It's like Nine of Swords is a never-ending nightmare. But Nine of Swords says, with the Justice card, that you can just pay attention. If you're getting into a new connection with a person, what does the evidence tell you? If you put energy in, do they put energy in? Are they matching your energy in the connection, or do they seem as excited as you, right, to be talking to each other? All that other stuff. And if the answer is yes, great, keep going. If the answer is no, stop, right? You can avoid this at all cost. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Hangman. Told you, can't make it up, right? He's literally hanging upside down, looking at things from a new perspective. I told you, there could be like some sort of quick turn on a dime type situation going on here. And I'm not trying to be clickbaity or anything like that here, Leo. I don't necessarily think it's like gonna blow your mind or anything like that. I just don't think you're thinking that you're going to do it. It's like, imagine if you imagine if you work in technology and all of a sudden you get a job like being a dog groomer. It's like totally different, is kind of the energy I get here. But I also think that it could be something that makes you very happy. So, and probably will pay you well as well. You have the King of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, So, like, again, I don't think this is saying you have to agree. It doesn't say you have to agree to anything. It just says, it's a good time to look, right? And I think that's what's going on here, Leo. Is that it's almost like the universe is a store, that is recently opened, that has a bunch of things that you desire, and it's like you're going shopping. But, it's like before you, I think you're doing your research before you go shopping, right? It's like you have a budget, and you don't want to waste your budget, and so I think you're saying to yourself, or what you should be doing here is like you should go and look and just see, and then make a decision, right? Did that make sense? Probably not. With the Magician, you have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, Five of Pentacles can represent feeling left out in the cold. So Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. Five of Pentacles wants you to focus on your strengths. And that's exactly what I would be doing with the Five of Pentacles, is I would be focusing on the things that you're good at in life, because I think that will lead to the most success, of course, with the Five of Pentacles. And, that's always the trick with the Five of Pentacles, is to not call attention to your weaknesses. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have the Size card and this waiting card. I feel like you need to stop waiting, honestly. It's like if there's something that you want, I feel like you have to go and get it. Your very first card was the Time Is Now, which I'm pretty sure you get that with me all the time, or something similar. It says it's time to act now without hesitation. So if there's something you want, you just have to go and claim it here, Leo, and it will be yours, plain and simple. You have the Nine of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Cups can be fulfillment or wish fulfillment coming in for you. So if you are hoping for some sort of fulfillment or wish fulfillment, I definitely feel this could be wish fulfillment that's coming in for you with the Nine of Cups. And normally I don't say that because normally my thing with the Nine of Cups is that it's a very good card, but it's a card of being in alignment with what you want. That's why he's getting a wish. We don't just get a wish with this card. We have to be in perfect alignment with what we want, and that is why we get the wish, right? And so I would make sure that you are getting into alignment with what you want, because that's where the wish is going to come from. And I would stay in alignment with the Nine of Cups as well, because again, that is where the wish is going to come from with this card. But I think that there could be some sort of wish fulfillment coming in with the Nine of Cups. For some reason, I also feel good news, which kind of makes sense with the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, sometimes I feel can be good news. Normally, we look at the Knights as communicators, but again, sometimes I feel like the Page of Pentacles can also be a communicator, and some of you could be receiving communication with this card, and obviously that would be a good thing. I also feel that there could be good news coming in for you with the Page of Pentacles. So, if you're hoping for news or you're hoping for new news, I feel that there could be good news coming in for you with the Page of Pentacles for sure. I also feel this could be a new person. So again, if you want love, clearly we have the two pages right here. And this would say that there's going to be communication with an admirer. The Page of Cups is my card of like the general admirer, and you definitely could be communicating with that person. Could be like an earth sign or a person with earth in their chart, which I'm pretty sure has been coming up for you for a while, Leo, that you've been getting like this earth sign or whatever showing up for you. So there you go. It really doesn't matter what sign they are. I do like the King of Pentacles because usually the King of Pentacles is someone who's very serious, a person who wants something permanent. So this could be a person who's like really serious about what they want. You have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is a card of independence and financial independence. This is like a pretty big theme for Leo, I believe personally. And again, yes, this is a personal belief. It is not a intuitive belief. So I always like to make those things different because it's like some of my things are intuitive, right? Obviously, most of the messages I give, but there are some things that where it's like I feel like it's more my brain has just added up a bunch of messages that I've given to you. In this case, you being Leo, and I think this is like a theme. It's maybe not intuitive, right? But, I feel a lot of you have a major theme for Leo is financial independence for the past few years. And again, I'm not so sure that's intuitive. It could be the astrology that is, causing this as well. But I feel a lot of you are like need to use those skills. Again, she has these grapes behind her. She needs to use her skills to make more money. And that's what I would be doing if I were a Leo. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Moon. The Moon can be uncertainty about the future. I think everybody feels like this week. There's something going on this week for sure. I feel it today. Today is July 31st. This will be published on the 1st. I feel it right now. And so I feel a lot of people could just be feeling that like uncertainty type of energy. I find that, of course, the beginning and the end of retrogrades are always like the strongest. And we're getting to the end of, this is the last week of this Mercury retrograde. So I don't know. They're always weird to me, the end of it. I always have like weird moments. And some of you could be having a weird moment at this time. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is stability. So a lot of you could be kind of like increasing your stability at this time with the Four of Pentacles. I think a lot of you could be increasing your growth as well, right? The Four of Pentacles, he's holding on too tightly to the past and he's not growing. So I feel like you need to grow with the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. The funny thing is that the King of Pentacles to me is a card of convention. He does things the same way over and over and over again. I like the King of Pentacles, don't get me wrong, but I always say that the good thing to do with the King of Pentacles is like 80% of the time in life, do what works. 20% of the time, try something new, try something different, do things in a different way, because that's probably what will lead to the most success. If you are trying to grow, build, be more successful, whatever, doesn't really matter. But that's basically what I would do with this energy. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands says take the lead, and I do think it is a good time to take the lead. Again, I do think there's like a little bit of a weird energy in the energy field where it's like people are looking for permission to do things. I'm pretty sure I said this in the 2025 readings. I believe 2025 is definitely a year where we cannot ask for permission because we're not going to get it. No one is going to tell us your idea is a good idea. There is going to be no proof that the things you want to do are going to work. It's like Neptune and Pisces, Neptune and Aries, right? Neptune is retrograding it's going to be in Pisces before you know it. And, it's going to retrograde back into Pisces. And then next year in January, it's going to move back into Aries. But, it's like both Neptune in both signs, Pisces and Aries, I believe is trying to get us to be more independent and to make up our own mind about things. It's basically the universe says, it doesn't matter what other people are doing with their life. What are you doing with yours? That is what I feel the energy is. So, we have to take the lead and just do things. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this fire card. It says passion, leadership, vitality, and rebirth. You have this discovery card. It says hidden talents, possibilities, and growth. Are you kidding me? I said growth on that Page of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles right there. But I'm telling you right now, hidden talents, I don't even think it's hidden. I think it's just things that that you should be using. It's like you need to be using your skills. And I've been saying this to you for weeks. You have the King of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. If you have something that you want to work on, do, be, or have, I would get to work. The King of Pentacles, again, very good for love. You definitely could be attracting a person where it's like more permanent or, it's something that is built to last. I like the King of Pentacles because it is built to last usually. And yeah, I think this could be a good thing for you. I also feel that you are working on your financial stability. This is going to be a main theme for you for many years, Leo. I think a lot of you are, doing things to increase your financial stability. And I feel like you are going to come up with good ideas and things like that greatly will improve your financial stability. So, I don't know. I think it's a good thing. You have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups could be like a new person coming in for you. So if you're looking for love, definitely could be a new love connection that's coming in for you with the Page of Cups. I also feel that this could be kind of like good news. Same with that Page of Pentacles. It's like the same thing. But, this could be like if you're hoping for communication with a person that they'll communicate with you, right? So it's like that could be the good news that you're receiving there. But definitely like an admirer for sure. I like to see the Ace of Wands as well because, the Ace of Wands in the good stuff especially can say that if you're attracting a person, that there's definitely mutual desire and attraction. I also like that it's in the good stuff because the Ace of Wands is a very good card. It's actually my favorite card in the tarot. The reason it's my favorite card is because sometimes I think this is just the one thing we need to get motivated in life. It's like that spark of hope, that spark of inspiration, right? But sometimes, the problem with it is it's just a spark, which means nothing. So, but in the good stuff, it kind of says that there will be a lot of passion here. With the King of Pentacles, you have the World. Definitely some accomplishments, achievements coming in for you. A lot of you are going to be closing out cycles over the next few years. This is very obvious to me, again, based off the Leo astrology. So, it's time for Leo to get to the next level. It just seems like that to me in the first place. A lot of you could be entering into a new world as well. With the Page of Cups, you have the Page of Swords. Yeah, definitely a new person. I think this is one person. I feel like there's a lot going on with this person. It's like, I don't know, maybe you're both spying on each other or someone's spying. Someone wants communication. Someone is admiring the other person. It's like, that's what I mean by a lot going on. It's like there's a lot going on both sides. I don't know what that means. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Strength card. Yes, time for you to put your strength on display, right? You are very strong, Leo. You have a lot of skills. I think you have a lot of talents, gifts, skills, and abilities that you need to be using for your own success. So, there you go. I would be doing it. You have this bread card. It says period of prosperity and abundance. We see some good abundance here. I don't think it's going to magically happen for you, obviously. I think that this is going to come through work. So, in putting the work in and also using those skills that maybe you keep hidden. So I think if you want this, you're going to have to make it happen. You have this April card and this Fair Man card. It says dealings or relationships with a mom. A mom. Maybe you're dating a mom too. But it says dealings or relationships with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. So again, this could be a person who's born in April, which Taurus. That would make sense with the King of Pentacles. Doesn't have to be. Maybe you met this person in April. Maybe you've had your eye on them in April. Who the hell knows? You have this angel card. It says spiritual guidance, protection from harm. Yes, everybody gets these cards of protection. I think it's because there's like a little bit of this weird worry energy going on in the astrology. I actually just said it to Aries that I think this week, the week of the 4th, that, and even now, again, today's the 31st. I feel it today, and tomorrow this will be published on the 1st. But it's like I think people need to let that fear go because everything's going to be fine, Leo. And I think that's what you need to realize. You have this lobster. It says financial pinch on it. I think we all need to keep an eye on our finances. I really don't. I actually think money looks very good here. But again, if you're making money, I wouldn't be spending it all over the place. You have this teapot card that says deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Yeah, it's an amazing time for socializing. It's an amazing time for getting answers from people as well. And, 3 of Pentacles, teamwork, right? But teamwork could include just like having a friend that's an accountability partner or something like that. So I would tap into your resource of people with that card. But this looks pretty good here, Leo. I like it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.